Alright, now let's get started with our photo card editing activity. First, under the individual activity section, please click the download button beside your photo card instructions to download a copy of the guide. Once done, you can simply click on it and it should open into a new tab giving you the step-by-step instructions for your photo activity today. This is how you can use it to refer to when you're doing work on your own. Next, go back to your IT HBL page on the previous tab. You need to download your photo that I've chosen for you today by clicking the download icon under your name. So I'm going to show you with mine. So I just click the download button, and what you should see is that your photo has been successfully downloaded to your computer. You do not need to open it up, just go straight to Pixlr. So I'm going to go to Pixlr through this link here. Or you can type in pixlr.com/x on your browser bar and search. Click on Open Image. Once done, you should see a computer window pop up. Go to your Downloads folder and click onto the image name that you have just downloaded. Open it and you should see your image loaded on your screen. Now let's quickly go through the different panels and tools here. What you see on the right are your layers. So what happens here if you add things to your photo editing project like stickers or borders, you will see them appear as layers on the right, and you can actually shift the layers around to reposition them forward or backward. At the bottom, you will see a few tools: undo, redo in case you make mistake, close to close your entire project, and save. This is what we will need at the end of our editing when we need to download our work. On the left hand side, you will see all the different photo editing tools of this app. Do note that some of these tools have a yellow sticker on it. These are premium tools that we are not allowed to use today because you have to pay to use them. But no worries, all we need to do are a few tools. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Now, the first step of photo editing is a basic adjusting. So what we're going to do is to click onto the crop and rotate button. We're going to check if our photo needs straightening first. So if you find that your photo has lines that are not straight and you wish to straighten it, you can actually drag the slider to find a way to make the line straight. Once you're happy with it, you can just let go. Okay, you can also check whether you need to rotate or flip your picture. So you can either rotate it to the left or the right. You can flip it horizontally or mirror it, or do it vertically the other way. Okay, with crop, you can actually also drag the corners or the sides of your image if you wish to cut off certain parts of the picture that could be distracting or too much. Once you're done and happy with your changes, click onto Apply. Do remember that if you make a mistake and you wish to undo it, just click the undo button at the bottom. Now, moving on to the next set of adjustment, click onto the Adjust and Filter tool. You will see that there are a few things you can adjust for your photo. Now, these really depend on how your photo is and what you wish to achieve with it. Let's say if my photo color is pretty dull and I want to make the colors brighter or more vibrant, I can actually go to this color setting and I can play with the color tools to see what happens if I do that. Okay, so there's no right and wrong here. Just play around with the tools and see what works for your photo. You can always undo your last action if you don't like it. Next, you can also explore light. This changes the brightness, darkness, shadows, and lightness of certain parts of your picture. So if your picture is too dark or too bright, you can try changing the brightness slider. And of course, you can also explore other tools over here that will affect light as well. Okay, if you think that you might be confused, very simply what you can do is to click onto the Auto Adjust to get an auto adjustment immediately. If you're happy with it, just click on Apply. If not, undo. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to the second stage of photo editing, which is to add an element filter. So to add filter, there is a special button for it called Effect. So click on it. Pixlr actually offers a few different types of effect groups. So once you click on a group that you think you're interested in, you will notice that there are a whole lot more of effect filters that you can try. Okay, so choose one that you like. Once you notice is when you click on it, you also get to adjust the slider of the effect to either increase it to the maximum or decrease it and find a suitable range that you like. Once you're happy with it, you can go to the next step, or you can go back to choose another effect filter. Okay, now we're going to move on to decorating, which is the third step of our photo editing today. The first part of it is adding an element. So I'm going to go to the add element button. There are a few things you can add over your image to make it interesting. The first thing is an overlay. So overlay would be something like a sticker, but these are more of in the forms of light or maybe other little pictures. Okay, once again, you notice that some of these overlays have this yellow premium sticker on it. Please do not click it, as you will need to pay for these ones. So choose the ones without the yellow sticker. Okay, you can go back and choose other elements like borders. So this puts an outline around your image. You can also explore shape, which is to add a shape into your image. It doesn't have to be a basic shape, but some of the abstract shapes here. Or you can also explore stickers, which are a bit on the fun side. Okay, do note that you can add more than one element, and once you add them, they should appear on your layer on the right side. You can also resize them and readjust them using the layer tool. Okay, now for my picture, I have chosen a border and a rounded corner at that. Okay, what I've done was to actually explore different rounded corners until I find one that I think is suitable for my image. You notice that for some elements, you can also adjust the extent of their effect. You can play the slider to decrease or increase their effect. Okay, once you're happy with it, you can move on to the next step, which is to add text. Today we're going to do a photo card that has a special quote on it. So this could be an inspirational quote or something that represents your picture or a meaningful message. Okay, so I'm not going to use the templates here. You can also explore and use some of these templates. I'm going to click add a new text to change and write my own text directly. So once I click on that, I notice that I am allowed to key in my own kind of text over here in this box. So I'm going to write something that represents my picture or a meaningful message. Okay, if you want to shift words to the next line, just press enter and you will automatically get the next line. Okay, once done, you can also choose to change the font. Okay, don't forget, please choose a font that doesn't have the yellow sticker. Okay, and then you can also go on to choose a fill color for your font. So when you change the slider at the bottom for the colors, don't forget to drag the little circle here to choose the brightness and intensity of it. Okay, for me, I like white, so I'm going to stick with the white. Okay, you can also increase the size of your text from here. And you can also choose if you want to add a background to your box, a box fill, or an outline to your text if you find that your text cannot really be seen. Okay, so all of this is for you to explore and try out. Again, if you're not happy with your effect, just press undo. Okay, now the next thing is, if you notice on your main workspace, you will see some controls that you can use to readjust your element. Okay, so for my text, I can actually drag this white button to rotate it. I can also drag the sides to resize my text box, and I can just click and drag the entire text box in the middle and shift it to place. Okay, so move your text to somewhere that has enough space in your photo. Don't just put it over the Lego image because it might be distracting or spoil it. Okay, so think about where you want to position it nicely. Okay, let's say you are done with your text, or if you accidentally click a different tool, how to get back to editing your text is to click onto the Arrange and Style. Okay, and don't forget to click onto that particular layer so you get to see and edit your text again. Okay, now let's say you're done with your work. Click onto the Save button. Okay, click onto PNG for high resolution, and don't forget to change the name of your file to your name with the word photo card at the back so that we can identify that this is your edited photo card. Once done, press download, and you should see that the picture is automatically downloaded into your computer. Okay, so after waiting a few seconds, you can close your project. Okay, you may close Pixlr if you like. Go back to eCampus. And on eCampus itself, if you scroll to the bottom, there should be a Take the Quiz button, which is a green button at the bottom here. Once you go to it, please follow the instructions to upload your work, which is here. Okay, upload it there in the questions, and then do your reflection after. Okay, so have fun with the activity today. If you need help, remember you can talk to me on Teams, or you can click onto a link that I will share for the live conference view on that day itself. Okay, see you. Have fun.